Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, November 2nd. It is 7 o'clock Pacific time. It's time for the War Room. We're two very tired gentlemen. I guess top of the hour, our Old Town Ghost Walks are now finished for the year.
Yeah, it was an interesting year this year, to say the least.
It was. I think we did a good job. We did videotape it, and that video will be coming out this coming Saturday, November 8th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for everybody on our YouTube channel to partake of. Until that time, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, I was just gonna say we have 2 more episodes of season 1 of the War Room tonight and next Sunday. And then we are going to start bringing on other paranormal investigators, cryptid investigators, UFO people, anybody we can find, really, to give their 2 cents and what they would like to, pass on to the next generation, because that's what we want to do with the War Room, is teach the next generation. Make sure that you have a good reputation. You are honest about what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about, and you know steps to get things done.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. We got, was it wrap up and
Evidence
review.
So, we've talked about, because we always do a little recap, for those that may have missed it. We've talked about research, why research is important before you even start, your preparation, how to get ready, what to do, what you're going to need, your setup when you get to a location, either as a paranormal team doing an investigation or a person just doing an investigation on as a hobby. We talked about how to do things on the budget, what equipment you could use. We've talked about EMF meters. Then we talked about phone apps joined by Paranormal Parkour. Then we talked about the inside the white noise, the EVPs, and everything else that makes a little bit of noise. Last week was safety within the paranormal, what you would need to keep yourself feeling good, healthy, and spiritual-wise. And episode 9, the one we are on currently now, is wrap up and evidence review and why it is important.
All it is important every step of the way, beginning to end.
So, wrap up. You've done your investigation. You've gone through everything. Well, now you got to go and get all your stuff back.
For sure. You need that.
So when you've done your prep work and you've mapped out everything and you've got all your stuff ready to go out the door, now's where you got to go back to your map, even if it's a hand-drawn map. And when you've labeled everything that I want to put cameras here, I want to put cameras here, I want to put listening devices here, time to go collect, clean up. If you put any tape down, pick up said tape. If you can leave the place in a better condition than you arrived, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, you always want to leave it in the same, if not better condition. Always.
Yeah. You want to be respectful to the location at all times. When you've got a checklist, when you've got that little map that you've had up, when you're getting ready to check out, here's where your notebook and your pen come in handy. Because when you're making your map and you're locating everything and you're jotting it down, going, okay, and you're putting it in your notebook that this is where it's going, this is where it's going to be. That's your checklist. How many recorders did you throw down? How many cameras did you set up? How many game cameras did you set up? How many extension cords did you use? And we are talking from experience about this one because we've been there.
And done that. And have on occasion misplaced or lost some equipment along the way.
Yeah, I remember when we were doing the Klondike basement investigations with the tour group.
Mm-hmm.
We forgot an extension cord
Oh,
and a
yeah?
digital recorder.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and guess who got to go back in the basement to go get those things?
You, of course.
Yeah, and this is
Yeah.
coming from experience, so you want to make sure you've done 3 checks. If you have okay, we went from big hardbound cases, the big briefcase style things with each item having its own slot.
Right.
Now we go with like a tool bag. The benefit to having a case like that with the inserts where everything fits in is you can automatically just open the case, look at it, go, okay, I'm missing things. There's empty holes.
Yeah. That's where the map comes in.
That's you don't have the case with all that stuff. Then you got your notebook and you got your map and that you've already located. Okay, 3rd floor, end hallway, room, bop, bop, bop. I bought a digital recorder and a game camera. Floor number 2, we bought digital recorder, we bought a game camera, and we bought a security camera. So you're all done with an A. Going back to your thing. If you're one person, check it over 3 times. You came in with 4 cameras. Are you leaving with 4 cameras? You came in with 2 extension cords. Are you got 2 extension cords? Make sure nothing gets left behind, because sometimes the owner of the place will be nice and hold it for you, but sometimes they'll just go, oh, we don't know what to do.
And plus, if you have to go back, it doesn't look good on you, per
Yeah.
se, if you left equipment there.
Yeah, especially like, if you do happen to go back in, because I was in the basement all by myself trying to gather things from the abortion room, and the basement, spooky as it is, as you can attest to,
Absolutely.
but when you're by yourself with just a flashlight because they've shut everything else down.
Yeah, no.
No.
No, I'll wait a little longer to get into that basement. Sorry. Absolutely not.
Well, I will tell you from experience, being in the basement, in the abortion room, gathering items with only 2 hands, and you need at least 3 to carry everything. I had to set the flashlight down, and it was not a good moment. It was a grab everything and run out of this place.
Yeah, no.
Now I know as much as we complain about we want to get back into Klondike, we want to do these things. There are certain areas that you don't want to be in by yourself.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, just even last night on the tour, we were talking. Want to get back in there? Yeah, you just don't want to go back to go get something you left.
Yeah, there's a difference between investigating and grabbing the stuff you forgot, or team members who were in charge of getting things
And then
did not do their diligence on doing their check. So
yeah.
if you have 2 of you, there's 4 checks. You do 2 checks, they do 2 checks. You have 5 people, everybody does about 2 checks.
Absolutely.
Go down that list, make sure everything's here.
Yeah, make duplicates of your checklist. So if you have that many people, hand it to them so they can check it off as they're going.
because you really want to make a lasting impression on the establishment, so they might let you back in.
Not just the establishment, but in homes as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you want to be kind and courteous and leave it better than before.
Yeah.
And once you have everything collected inside, I would say when you get to the car and you're loading up, you'd want to do one more redundancy check.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you don't want to drive away. So I mean, you check and check and check and double check and triple check and quadruple check. Make sure you got everything. Then when you get to the car, make sure that you got all the cases. Because sometimes crew members will think. Say you come in with 5 cases, you get out to the car, now you've only got 4 cases. Well, what happened to that 5th case? I don't know. Well, why didn't X, Y, and Z, why didn't they grab that? Well, they thought you were grabbing this and they were going to grab something else. That's where the planning comes into effect of make sure everybody's on the same page and make sure you got what you need.
Yeah. And when you're leaving said place, if you've got something that doesn't fit in a case, because I from time to time use the parabolic mic, and that I don't have a case for that. I'm not going to put it in a case.
It's so misshapen anyway, man.
Exactly. So you got someone that'll hang on to that. Stuff that doesn't fit in a case. You want to just make sure you have that as well. I did a case where I had someone holding on to said equipment, and I just about drove off without it. And I'm like, "Oh, hey, you have the parabolic mic still on you?" And they said, "Yeah." Like, okay, let me have it. Put it back in. Whether it's your equipment or the team's equipment or whoever's, you just want to make sure you have everything.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
Now, I will say this for wrap up. So you've got all your stuff, you're cleaned out, you thank the people that let you in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business, a restaurant, a hotel. You thank the owners. If it is somebody's house,
Yeah.
thank them. Let's break out for just a little bit. So you thanked everybody. Say you're at a house. Somebody has called you in. They are having issues. They are unsure of what's going on. What you want to do at this point is once you've done your investigation, you take your preliminary observations and you'll present that to that person. You'll say, these are our preliminaries. We still have to go through everything else, but these are our initial thoughts. For example, Columbia Heights School, she thought it was demons. We found out it was just kids' spirits. So we presented that to her.
Mm-hmm.
And we just let her know, hey, listen, we don't feel that anything is evil here. And what would your next course of action be? She was fine with everything, and there was no need to call in priests or exorcists or anything else or any blessings of the house. She was fine with what we got. Did our evidence review, which we'll talk about here in a second. The evidence backed up what we had. So,
Yeah.
So if they're having issues and they say, you know what, listen, we would like the house blessed or whatever, whatnot, and that's when you would try to put them in touch with somebody who can take care of that stuff. So,
Right, because there's teams out there that don't have people that do that type of thing, or they just don't have the know-how.
Yeah.
Or I know we know someone that could do it. I'm not sure. I know for my team, I don't have anybody that can do that. So,
Yeah.
I would recommend saying, okay, I can get in touch with this person and say da 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 da. Can you go and take care of this for these people, and this is what's going on. Give them a heads up so they're not going in totally blind.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, basically going to put them in touch with people who can assist with those things.
Yeah.
So, which is why, little plug, Oregon Ghost Conference, good place to go.
Absolutely.
Good place to network.
Yeah. See, right here, man.
Yeah, because a lot of people go there, so you can always network ahead of time. So call it your little Rolodex. So if you have an issue, you can have somebody to call in on. So it's para-unity with a paranormal community. So if you run into a situation that you don't have an immediate answer for, network it. Find other teams, find other people. That way you can get a hold of somebody, which I guess this could all be considered a wrap up. So say we were at a case, we ran into something that we didn't know about. We can get a hold of, say, our friends in Ghostoria. Hey, we had this happen. What's your thoughts on this one?
And they could have ran across a situation like that, and they can
exactly. But you're going to want that Rolodex, and that way, that Rolodex comes in handy if someone says, "Oh, well, I would like to house blessed." Okay, well, I don't know anybody. Then I would look at James. James, do you know anybody? And say, James says, I don't have anybody, that's I don't know a Catholic priest that would be able to help out with this one. But we know that so-and-so group has run into this situation, so we could get a hold of them and say, hey, listen, we need this done. Is there somehow you can get in touch with your priest to come over and help out with this family?
Absolutely.
So
it's like we may not have that answer right then and there, but we can get it and get it in basically a timely fashion.
Exactly. Because it's all, if you're doing investigation work to assist, then that's kind of what you're after. And that's kind of our wrap up bit on wrap up. And now we come to the hard part.
Yeah, good old evidence review.
Evidence review is the one thing that every paranormal investigator will tell you sucks the most. And we've discussed this before about when you got 4 recorders going and 4 or 5 cameras going, and you've been on the property for, say, 4 or 5 hours. You take the hours that you've been working and then you times it by the equipment that you have to go through. There is a lot of free apps online for audio, your video. Plug it in your computer, put on your headphones, and sit back, and you're going to start watching from minute 1 to the end.
Absolutely.
It is the most mind-numbing experience ever, especially if it's a static cam. So if it's like a body cam, at least you can see in what you're doing. And if you hate the sound of your own voice, you kind of get bored with it real quick of, oh my God, I got to listen to myself and I'm a moron. And what the hell am I talking about at this point? But again, we're going to always refer back to it. Your notebook.
The trusty notebook.
Trusty notebook.
Yeah. And can't stress enough when you're doing the evidence review, you will need to take breaks. You just cannot go from start to finish. You will go brain dead. You'll be like a zombie wanting brain matters. I mean, you're going to want to take about 10, 15, maybe a half hour break in between, sessions, so to speak. Give yourself a certain amount of time that you want to get, say, maybe 10-hour, well, no, 2 audio recorders, depending on how long those investigations are. You want to give yourself a decent amount of time in between the start of the next audio recorder
Yeah,
session or cameras or whatever.
yeah. Now, don't think that you're going to be listening to, say, let's take an audio session. You've done a 20-minute EVP session.
Mhm.
I don't normally do a 20-minute session. I like to do an EVP session in like a smaller blocks, up to 5 minutes, because you're going to be sitting there listening. And the longer of a digital recorder you have, and the longer the audio is, it's not just going to be sitting there for an hour listening.
Right.
You're going to be stopping, listening, watching your countdown timer, listening, listening, listening. Boop. Oh, I heard something here. Jot down the time, say a minute 25, 28. You hear
And
something.
yeah, if you hear something, you can kind of make out what it is. Maybe jot that down as well to help when you go back to it.
Yeah. I mean, normally if I'm listening to someone, I get to that minute 25.28 seconds. I'll listen to the thing and I'll just isolate that one little bit and listen to it like 6, 7 times. Okay. Is this a disembodied voice? Is it an EVP? Is it, somebody moving, which is why you want to tag all your stuff.
Yeah.
You cough, you sneeze, you move, you shift, you tag it on the audio. So when you're going back and listening to it later on, you're going to go, yes, we've had this happen. Somebody snuck in the room and we were thinking, is there anybody here? Are we talking to the woman? And then somebody said a joke and then people were laughing, but we didn't know that one of the ladies had snuck in the room behind us and she was laughing. So when we listened to the EVP back, we heard laughing and went, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
And then we started to go, wait a minute. Look back at the camera, the static camera that we had in the courthouse. Not the courthouse, the city hall. And it showed somebody had snuck in the room behind us and was laughing at our jokes and
Yeah.
then walked back. And it's like,
I actually remember that. Believe it or not, I remember that. Holy cow. That's been a while.
it has been a while. Yeah, your evidence review is going to be monotonous. It's going to take you a while. Video, especially, you got to be awake. Can't just tune out.
Get a bunch of coffee when you're watching camera footage. Have plenty of caffeine.
Yeah, put on your headphones. No music. You're just listening to the audio, and then again, take that notebook, jot down anything that's weird. If you can't decide what it is, for example, we had static cameras set up at the Klondike when we were filming the documentary, and we actually captured a shadow moving on the second floor.
Did I miss that somewhere?
It was given to the film crew, and they didn't put it in.
Well, what else is new? They missed a lot of stuff in the documentary.
Yeah, but it was a very good thing. I'm sitting there watching it, and you see us come up the staircase and then go down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we get down there a ways, you see a shadow come out from behind the post, walk past the staircase, and as it disappears behind the wall and goes into the room we're at, you hear us start to get all excited.
Hmm.
And in the movie Spirit of Halloween, the Spirit of Halloween Town, there's a scene where we're in the room and we're talking about the open floor and Misha's with us. Well, it was right after that.
Now I'm going to go back and watch it.
Yeah, because after we leave that room, we end up going down the hallway on the second floor because we heard something running down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And on our security camera, as we pass, leave the room, go out, go down, try to figure out where it's coming from, you see that shadow leave from it materializes behind the railing and then moves across.
Nice.
So I would not have caught that if I was half dead and half asleep and just not on my game, because that was a 4-hour video. Luckily,
Right.
those security cameras break them up into a 5-minute increment. So I threw it on the laptop and started watching it, and there's a definite shadow that follows us. And then as it gets down the hallway and out of the camera view, then you hear us start to get all excitable because there's activity. It's like, that is cool.
Nice.
Of course, since the movie's out, maybe I should put all that video work together and put out our own video.
Yeah.
Because, our NDA is expired. The movie is out.
Yeah. All right.
I do know that we do have the Nob Hill footage coming out shortly on our YouTube channel.
All of it?
I took the hour and a half and I got it down to about I think 35 minutes of usable stuff.
Okay.
It's not up on the hill itself because I didn't. The phone was down on the base running the live
that's right.
feed.
That's right. Okay.
So no, we lost that good stuff because it's on the cutting room floor somewhere.
Damn. All right.
But yeah, now I'm thinking that I need to put together our own Klondike investigation.
For sure.
And maybe that should be our 100th. I'll put together the video and we'll do a watch party of it.
Well, who knows?
Well, I mean, that way, it's. I don't know if they would still let us do it in March. I mean,
Why wouldn't they?
well, I want them. I want everybody to rent the movie. I want everyone to go to Amazon and YouTube and rent the movie, The Spirit of Halloween Town. That way, if it makes enough money, they'll make a sequel. And if they make a sequel, Return to the Spirit of Halloween Town. That way, the King and I
Get back
can
in.
get back in, and then maybe that will be our ticket back to the Klondike. I mean, I think that might happen sooner than them getting the whole place renovated for us to rent the damn rooms.
Right?
Because that was our pitch. That was our pitch to the film crew. We'll put people in the rooms sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
We'll bring in cots and sleeping bags, and we'll put people in, and we'll put cameras up, and we'll just record all night. And the camera crew was all ecstatic about that one. They loved the idea.
Right.
So if everybody goes out and rents it, then maybe they'll make enough money that they can make their sequel that they want to make. Thus, we can make that project happen.
Hey. So, alrighty then.
But hey, evidence review takes a while. Stay awake. Jot everything down.
Mm-hmm.
Questions, anything else, and you contact everybody else. So we've done it before where we've had video footage come out and we're like, I don't know if this is something or it's nothing. And I know I've sent those video clips off to people going, can you tell me your 2 cents? What do you think is up with this one?
Yeah. Always, if you got a question about something, always get others' opinions. I mean, I've done that with you, when I'm not sure on something, I've sent it over to you.
Yeah.
You've given it a listen. So, yeah. It doesn't hurt. It's just another pair of ears, eyes, and others' opinions. I mean,
para unity in the para community.
absolutely.
So yeah, we got next week, and then we'll start bringing on guests. Of course, if we don't have a topic for next week, we'll just bring guests on early, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
No, figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, we figure it out. We're just tired.
Yeah, long weekend.
We're unleashed. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you next week on our room.
Yeah.
Bye everybody.
See ya.